This video is going to be about understanding your emotions, probably part one. So, the first thing I want to talk about is how your emotions link up with your thoughts and your feelings, and how to start to identify what emotions feel like and what emotions are attached to what outcomes and what emotions are attached to what feelings. So we start with the things that are in themselves kind of destructive, and then we move from there. So finding things like anger and understanding what that feels like to you. What does it, and then I feel as though this is very similar for a lot of people, but for me, and this is to kind of bring it together, for me, anger, when I feel it, starts down low and then it bubbles up and then it sits right here whenever it's fully active, and it starts to move right here, and it's like a heat or radiating kind of like energy. And generally I see at this point now that it's such a strong energy surge that when in the moment of it, if you're not balanced and aligned very well, then it's interpreted as anger. But I've now started to see in the moment of it happening how it is an emotion and how to kind of like get rid of that. But that's kind of the first one. Maybe sadness. Sadness feels as though it's like an emptiness or a void right here, and it feels as though right here is kind of caving in a little bit, and so is down here. Sadness is one that generally is caused from thought patterns that are obsessive or continuous. It's generally something that is very elusive, so it can be something that starts out as something that seems as though it will bring happiness, but then quickly turns into a destructive thought pattern. With this one, it's important to catch the kind of like the whole, it's important to look at your whole psyche at the same time, so you catch the thought pattern and you understand the trigger of that thought pattern. So sadness for me used to be triggered from a remembering of events and replaying them over in my head again, and that is fixed through bringing yourself back to the present moment and keeping yourself in your body and seeing your surroundings and really looking around and kind of like taking in everything and bringing yourself back to the here and now. Understanding the emotions is also kind of has to do with it's understanding the physical aspect of it and the mental aspect of it that is linked to the emotion. So if you want to have positive emotions, then you have to figure out what is the cause of the positive emotions, and then you have to basically allow yourself to feel the way that it needs to feel in order to feel that emotion. So make it to where it's not something that is necessary to have an outcome, where you kind of just are immediately able to feel what the outcome would feel like by feeling into what it feels like. So you literally would feel into what the outcome feels like, and then that would give you the sense of the emotion that you were searching for. So this is like the other side. It's like building more positive emotions. So it's really taking the time to look in to yourself and figure out what makes you happy. What are things that bring you positive emotions? And it's about bringing those to the surface and trying to re-experience those emotions in the moment, whilst also holding on to the trigger of the emotion, and then using that trigger of the emotion to then kind of reprogram the emotion to come up more often, and then eventually discarding the trigger of the emotion to where you can just pull up the emotion whenever you want to feel it. So it's basically just reprogramming and training our brains and our minds to reinterpret things in a positive way that makes us feel good and better over the times. So, but the thing is that's going to happen is that whilst you're doing this, it's going to start to bring up all of the negative thought patterns that have been kind of like continuously going in your mind. So all that stuff is going to be kind of like presented to you, and you're going to have to choose the positive outcome mind in order for your growth to continue. Otherwise, those negative kind of thought patterns are going to just keep looping and continuing. So you have to choose to discard your negative thoughts and to start to tap into positive thinking, and start to understand your emotions by feeling into your body while you are feeling strong emotions, and become conscious of your body instead of being caught in the emotion. So once you can separate yourself from the emotion that you're feeling or that is being sent through you, like you don't even have to identify with the emotion. All you have to do is just allow the feeling to feel through you, and then that emotion will go as quick as it came. So you just have to allow it to flow through you, though, because once you latch on or hold on to any part of it, then you kind of perpetuate it to continue. You feed it energy, and that continues it. So be wary of that. When you're kind of resourcing energy, understand that this is understanding your emotions in a way too, because when you are around other people, you're picking up other people's emotions. So you're picking into their thought form patterns and everything like that. And when you're around a lot of people, their collective emotions can make a big field of negative kind of energy. And when you get in that field, you will feel it. The way that you interpret it is up to you and your kind of alignment. So you can interpret that as literal, just physical energy, and it can give you vitality, or you can interpret it as negative energy, and it will literally give you negative energy, make you feel like bad things, and make you angry and other things like that, depending on where the blockages are inside of your system. But you have to understand that you are picking up emotions from everything that's around you. So no matter how aware of it you are subject to everything that is in your environment, in your immediate environment, and in your energetic environment. So even things that you can't see physically, you're still subject to their energy, and you have to become aware of your source of energy versus all of these other things, and where you're pulling your energy from, because a lot of people are just unconsciously pulling their energy from everything around them, and it's very negative energy that they're kind of absorbing, and that's causing them to hold on to a bunch of things that even aren't even theirs. And it's just like these things that they're just kind of like attempting to resolve for other people in a way, but they're all kind of building because of collective thought patterns. So like they're just like continuously thinking on each other and building up. It's their intelligent thought patterns, literally. So they're just trying to live, and they're trying to build themselves up the same way as these positive thought patterns are. It's just that these positive thought patterns take a minute to grow, and they take a minute to blossom. The negative ones, the way that they suck you in is that they are instant gratification. That's literally how it works. So just understand that your emotions you can help yourself with your emotions, and you can choose to feel positive emotions instead of negative emotions, and you can choose how you interpret any situation that you're in. So if you're ever in any situation that makes you feel like there's something that you are a victim of, understand that you can change the way that your outlook is upon that thing, and thus forward you change the thing that you're looking at the same time. So your outlook upon it will change the nature of the other thing. So remember that too. Yeah, we're all connected, so our emotions are all kind of like linked with each other. That's an important thing to know. And a good source of energy is the sun. Another good source is the earth. And then it's an understanding of the flow of energy, which is coming soon as well, and the Reiki stuff with the flow of energy. And yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. See you later.